So I just finished reading all of Platinum End. Happy anniversary, guys. If you don't know what we're celebrating, exactly 1 year ago to this day was when I originally bodied Platinum End. If you've never seen that video, it's in the description. I highly recommend you go watch it, because this is going to be a follow-up, okay? Since then, 12 fresh new chapters of Platinum End have come out, and since that video I've been feeling kind of bad. Okay, I feel like I went way too hard on Platinum End. It was only a few volumes in at that point, okay? Now, nothing too crazy had happened in the story yet. So as I was completing the February manga challenge, I decided, you know what, some extra volumes, let me go check out Platinum End, see if that's gotten any better. I'm sure it has. And I read all of the new chapters. The most recent one actually ends a story arc, so that worked out pretty well. So the real question is, has Platinum End gotten any better? Has it made up for the sins of the past? Is it worth reading now? Well, obviously no, it's not. I'm not going to be explaining what the series is again. For those who don't know, you can check out my older video. And there are going to be spoilers in this video, just because I want to bring up some really awesome examples of, you know, that quality Sugumi Oba writing. But I mean, the series is really bad. I don't recommend you read it anyway. So I think we'll be good. But before we delve into all of the shit, I of course want to talk about the only like really good thing about Platinum End, which is of course the art. Takeshi Obata is a genius, okay? His art is absolutely spectacular here. It's the best I've ever seen from him. Also, the cancer dude, the guy with cancer, he's actually a pretty decent character. I thought his motivations were really good, and he had a decent enough story arc. All that out of the way, everything else, complete mess. Okay, Mirai and Saki are still awful characters, truly terrible. They continue to be absolutely boring, underdeveloped characters. The only thing we really know about them is that they're emo and depressed, they wanted to kill themselves, now they don't. Mirai started off as a little bitch, now he's just a bit stronger because he wants to protect Saki or whatever. There's a scene that Saki reveals to Mirai that she still wants to kill herself, okay? The angel didn't do anything to empower her, she still wants to die, so Mirai's like, alright, and he just like drops her. He takes her up flying, and he drops her. But then he catches her right away and she's like, oh man, I don't want to die anymore, that was awful. Oh boy, that's some great writing right there. And you have the villain, Metropoliman, or as I like to call him, Griffith. He's been pretty much the main villain since the beginning. He's this psychopath guy who kills his sister, but he wants to become God so he can see his sister again. And he decides, oh, quickest way to do that, just kill all the other God candidates. We learned that one of his main goals is to wipe out all the ugly people. It's literally what he says. He wants the world to just be full of beautiful and rich people. If you're ugly, he's gonna kill you. He kidnaps the cancer guy's family, which is, you know, his prime motivation. So cancer guy's not very happy. So him and Mirai go to fight Griffith at the theme park. Saki has to stay behind because she doesn't have wings, and okay, that made sense because she wouldn't be able to outfly any arrows. But her angel that's with her, as I said last year, the angels are all awful. They're like just really bad, like Disney comic relief type characters. She's like, no, Saki, it's okay. Here's a plot point we never talked about before. If I study hard enough, I can become like a super higher ranked angel, and I can give you wings. How about that? But she's trying so hard to study, she just can't do it. It's too much information. She's so worried about Saki that she starts to cry, and apparently that this has never happened in the history of anything. God comes down and he's like, hey, listen, Saki's angel, I don't fucking know any other names. It's so nice of you to show empathy. I'm gonna rank you up and Saki can have wings and now she can join the fight. What the fuck was any of the point of any of this? Alright, then there's this ugly dude. This really fucking butt ugly dude, and that's like the whole point of his character. He's super ugly, so he wanted to kill himself, then he got an angel. He uses his red arrow to get plastic surgery, but he still looks fucking disgusting. Anyway, he's there too. He joins up with Griffith, but then Saki stabs him with the arrow, so then he falls in love with Saki, and it's really creepy. And I'm starting to think Sugumi Oba has a cat fetish. So then once they're all in this one place, it's basically a repeat of the baseball game, and that it's messy as shit. All these other random God candidates show up out of nowhere. You have this crazy fan service lady. I have no idea what was up with her, but she shows up. She's like, hey, listen, Mirai, I'm gonna kill you, and if you try to kill me, it will release this toxin, this virus, all over Japan, and it will kill millions of people. And then Mirai's like, nope, and then he uses his white arrow to stab the virus, which kills the virus, even though viruses aren't alive, and all of this happens in one chapter. It was really fucking weird how it just you know, showed up and then happened. Then the ugly dude gets himself killed. I really didn't see that coming. And then you have Donald Trump who shows up literally does nothing and then leaves. I'm pretty sure they're setting him up to be the next villain. Anyway, then it comes down to deathmatch. Griffith is the only one left. And with his final breath, our cancer patient, the best character in the series by far, she shoots up Griffith with a machine gun or something. They both die. And that's where we are. Let me be clear, it's not the worst thing I have ever read. I know I gave it a rating of 2 on my anime list. It's not that bad, but this series still has so little to offer that it's kind of baffling. And the disappointment that I first had while reading the series is still there, but it's even worse now that I know like an entire major story arc concluded and nothing has improved at all. In some cases it's gotten even worse and they've repeated some of the mistakes they made in the past. It was also interesting going back to the first parts of the series, like the first few chapters, which I actually considered good last year. Reading them again, I'm like, what did I see in these? I guess I was just high on the hype that this was a new Tsugumi Oba Takeshi Obata series. But like the way the series starts is honestly kind of lame. We get no real good character introductions. There's a lot of really weird exposition. And that's sort of throughout the whole series, okay? It's sort of like Death Note where, you know, their powers, the wings, the arrows, they all have a lot of rules. But in Death Note it feels like the rules were always set in stone. And the characters always knew about all the rules. But here it's like rules just get made up whenever we need it for the plot. And it's so needlessly edgy and violent. It feels like one of those series that was made for 13-year-old boys, even though it's classified as a seinen because of how much mature shit is in there. But yeah, nothing about it is really insultingly horrible. It's nowhere near the levels of Big Order, and I do accept while I think Future Diary has a bit more personality, this is still a much better series than Future Diary. But that's pretty much the highest praise I can give it. It's better than Future Diary. Yikes. Now going forward, like I said, it looks like this Donald Trump kid is going to be the main villain. I'm not sure how much longer the series is going on for. I'm speculating that it's at least half over. But they just killed off the only interesting character, and I really can't picture Mirai carrying the rest of the series. Because, like I said, he's such a bad character. I don't know how many fucking times in the series, like, he was going to kill someone with the white arrow, but he hesitates. It's like, no, you gotta do it. You gotta get past this, okay? We're in a death game. You gotta kill to win, but then something happens, and he doesn't have to use his arrow anyway. He learns nothing. But whatever, I am done with this shit. I know last year I said I wasn't gonna continue unless the series ended. Yeah, I kinda lied, but now that I've actually finished an arc, but now that I've actually finished the story arc, seeing how all of this, the fight against Griffith wraps up, I truly am not going to read more of this series until it finishes, so I can analyze it as a whole and give it a proper review. Maybe it will get better, but at this point, we're so far into the story now, I really don't see that happening. So that'll about do it. If you haven't read Platinum End yet, don't spend your money on it. I know how pretty the covers look. I know how gorgeous the art is. But now stay away from this. If you want a good series, read Death Note or Bakuman or watch the Netflix Death Note movie. It really pains me to say this, but that movie is actually better in almost every way than Platinum End. Thank you all so much for watching. You can leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you actually like Platinum End, I'd love to hear why you think that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.